Hello beautiful people, my name is Bellynda and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with a very detailed glam tutorial. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. Guys, in this clip I was carving her eyebrows, but I forgot to zoom in. I'm very sorry about that. I'll be sure to make a new video on how to carve your eyebrows, a very detailed one at that. After carving her eyebrows, I used this rose water from Natco and a wet wipe to wipe her face clean. Next, I'm going in with this moisturizer from Roushun and I'm just going to apply that all over her face using this application brush. Next up, I'm using this sunscreen gel from Amore Beauty Glow and I'm just going to apply that with the same brush all over her face. For priming, I'm using the Beyond Beauty HD Definition Pro Prep Primer. Now I'm just popping the primer on different parts of her face so I can spread it with a brush afterwards. Next is foundation and I'm using the Maybellind New York Superstay foundation in the shade 336 Warm Bronze. To apply foundation, I'll be using this defined buffer brush 103 from Xoxo. This foundation has yellow undertones, so I'm just buffing it in nicely so I can work with it. For concealer, I'm using the Nuban Beauty in My Skin Concealer in the shade 042. And I'm just going to spread that under her eyes using the concealer brush. So I'm spreading the concealer under her nose as well, just above her lips to add brightness for when the light hits the face. To blend out the concealer, I'm using this very soft beauty sponge from Blossom Makeup. Notice the points where I applied the concealer. These are the points we highlight. For a seamless blend, begin from the outer area of your under eye and then work your way in. Be very careful as this is the eye area and you do not want to hurt yourself. This concealer dries pretty quickly, so be sure to blend right after application. I dipped my beauty blender in rose water just to get it damp. I know it's getting a little crazy in here, but don't worry, it's all gonna come together. Just chill, just relax. It's a process, trust it. Just blend, blend, blend. Keep blending until you see results. After highlighting comes contour, so I'm using this Fair Up Makeup powder palette and I'm going to apply this shade for contour, the PP04 shade for contour. For contour, I'm using the Zoeva powder brush and I'm just going to contour her cheekbones, her forehead and her jawline to add depth. Now to make our contour appear crisp, I use the shade right above the PP04 shade I used for contour. The shade is PP01 and I'm just using that to sharpen the contour and create even more depth for her face. Right now I'm just going over the contour again. Peep this flawless skin work, guys. It's all coming together. To set the highlight, I'm using this high definition setting powder in the shade Butter from Blossom Makeup. This setting powder has a little bit of shimmer to it. The most important thing to note is that the points you highlight are the points you set, right? So I'm only setting the points where I applied the light concealer, the Nuban Beauty Concealer. I am not applying a lot of setting powder to her temple. I'm just going in with a little bit because I do not want it to appear ashy. For eyebrows, I'm using the LVH Beauty Browlure in the shade Universal Brown. It says here that it's perfect for all skin tone and it gives an ultimate fine tip matte finish. It's long lasting and it is waterproof. The other end of it has a spoolie, you guys, so it's very convenient. Right now I'm just applying powder to set her eyebrows before I begin to outline it. Here I'm brushing up the eyebrows with the other end of the LVH Beauty Browlure, which is a spoolie, right? So I'm just going to brush that up before I outline the brows. Note that the pen is actually very thin, so you would want to go in with lighter strokes so that you do not break it while you're using it. I broke it around 2 times while I was using it, so be very careful, guys. I thought I should let you know. So the brows, I'm beginning from underneath just to outline it, and then I'm going to work my way to the top and shade it lightly because I do not want this pen to break. But it still snapped, it still broke. But then I'm just telling you to be careful as this pen is really light and it could break at any second. So going in with light strokes, I'm just shading and adding depths to those eyebrow hairs at the points where it is sparse. Now I'm just shading the eyebrows to make sure that it appears a little bit darker than it looks since I applied powder onto it, and also I'm going to go in with light strokes at the beginning of the brow. So I'm doing the same for the other eyebrow, and I'm just beginning from the bottom, and then I'll work my way up to the top and then fill it in with light strokes. Don't forget to brush up with a spoolie as you go on, because you might need to see the line where the brows end at the bottom. So brush up and continue. But whatever you do, make sure you do not leave the lines, so your brows do not look bigger than they are supposed to. Make sure you draw your brows to not be longer than your eye space. Make sure that it ends where your eyes ends. After your brow bone, nothing more than that. Fill in those brows. At this point, my muse is filling her brows. And I'm going to just fill it in from the beginning because it looks sparse. It looks a bit sparse than the other brow. So I'm trying to fill it in. Brows are sisters, they're not supposed to look the same, the exact same. So but just try as much as possible not to make them look like fraternal twins. At least let them have similar characters in some aspects. Yeah. Just continue to fill in those brows until you're satisfied with the outcome. Next, I'm going in with this Mini Star Brow Artist Mascara. It comes with a spoolie. This is shade 03, and it comes with a spoolie for easy application. So that's the mascara. I'm just applying them lightly on the brows. In case you feel like you're applying too much, you don't have to worry about this. It makes your brow look and appear really light and very natural, and at the same time it sets your brows in place. So when you feel like you're applying too much, you do not have to worry, as this will dry off very quickly. It dries completely matte, so when it dries, it doesn't look the same anymore. It doesn't look this way. The brows just sets in place and it starts to look more like your natural brow, but more defined. So you don't have to worry about how it's looking right now, like I said earlier. Now I'm setting the other brow in place with the brow mascara, and I'm just going to make sure that I stay within the lines of the brow. Now I'm just going over the brow again with the LVH Beauty Browlure to make sure that the brows are properly defined before I go in with concealer to shape the brow. Guys, I love how this brow mascara made these brows appear very nice and very natural looking. I mean, it just looks like a natural brows, but very defined because I trimmed the brows earlier. This is so beautiful. I really do think that if you're second guessing, or if you do not know about brow mascaras and brow tamers, you really need to invest in one. It looks good. This is my first time trying it out, and I feel like it really does a lot in making that brows look as natural as I want them to look. Also, I'm just going in with a spoolie to make sure that the brows do not look darker than I want them to look right before I highlight the brows and conceal and make sure that it is clean and crisp. This brow pencil is giving me life. Like, it's just so precise. Take a look at the precision, guys. Next, to conceal the brows, I'm going in with the same shade I used to highlight her face, the Nuban Beauty In My Skin Concealer in the shade 042. I'm taking some on this concealer brush, and I'm just working my way through the outer corner of the eyebrows, and then I'm highlighting the brow bone. But to highlight the inner corner of the brow, I'm going to be using the same shade that I used for her foundation. In case you're hearing the dogs barking in the background, just think of it as background music. Guys, pro tip, whatever you do, make sure you just pack on little products with that concealer brush so that the concealer doesn't get in the eyebrow hairs and gives it the hello brows. So make sure that it is just little product that you're applying so that you have complete product control. Whatever you do, make sure you blend properly. Your makeup is only as good as your blending process and as good as your makeup applicators. So make sure that you blend properly. Whatever you do, blend, blend, blend. Make sure your eyebrows are looking really, really, really nice. Try as much as possible to do this very quietly. Be careful when you're doing the brows. Don't be too fast with it. Just be careful. Next, I'm using this same foundation shade I used on her face earlier, and I'm just using that to highlight / conceal the inner corner of her eyebrows. This is because I want it to appear like her normal skin, while the other concealer highlights the brow bone. This one appears like her normal skin color. So yeah, I'm just blending that together because I want to marry them together. I want them to hug and not shake hands. So make sure you blend them together, both the foundation and the concealer. The same makeup is only as good as your tools, so make sure that you're blending properly. If your applicators or brushes are not working, be sure to use your hands. Right now I'm doing the same for the other eyebrow, and I am just using my hands to pat that concealer to make sure that it is blended completely into her skin. I'm going to be using this concealer as an eyeshadow base for when I apply my eyeshadow, and that is why I'm blending it onto her eyelids. Whatever you do, guys, be very careful when you're applying something on the eyelid, because this is the eye area and you do not want to cause injury or any sort of pain for your client or for yourself. So be sure to blend lightly, be very, very gentle. I think I hastened this video. I must have added speed, and that is why it's as fast as it is. But I am doing this really, really lightly. I'm doing this really, really slowly so I don't hurt her eyes. Now I'm just brushing up her eyebrows with a spoolie one more time. Next, I'm concealing the upper part of her brows with the same foundation shade, but I'm taking it in smaller amounts. This is because I've already done the skin work, and cream over powder just doesn't look good. So whatever you do, if you're going to do your skin work before your eyebrows, be sure that you're blending properly. Blend, blend. Next, for eyeshadow, I'm using Issa and Joe's 35 color all day confidence plus matte and cream eyeshadow palette. You guys, this eyeshadow palette is so beautiful. I love the colors. For her eyelid, I'm going to be packing on the shade Period, and then I'm going to be blending the crease with Bellynda, this yellow eyeshadow you see up here close to crunched, and that is what I'm going to be using, just these two eyeshadows. I'm using the flat brush and I'm just packing on the shade Period, the minty green looking shade, onto her eyelid. This eyeshadow is not really coming out the way I want it to, so at some point I started to use my hands. I started to use my fingers for application. Yeah, it's happening. Let's just say I used the fluffy flat brush and my fingers for this one because the application was not an easy process and it wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to, so I had to improvise. Whatever you do, use whatever God gave you. Your hands, your legs, whatever works best for you, just use that, okay? Make sure that it is to your satisfaction. As I apply the eyeshadow, I pat it on because the eyeshadow is a powdery base and I need it to appear good looking on that eyelid. So pat it on, guys. Next, I am doing the other eyes and I am just patting it on using my fingers and patting it on and applying with the brush, doing all I can to make sure that the eyeshadow appears just the same like the other eyes. For the eyeshadow, I'm just making sure that I do for the latter what I did for the former. So I'm just patting that on until the eyeshadow begins to look like it is on the other eyes. Get the outer corner of the eyes too. To blend eyeshadow into the crease, I'm using number 228 Luxe Crease brush from Zoeva. I'm using the Zoeva set today. This brush is so fluffy and so soft. And I'm going to be taking that yellow shade, the Bellynda shade, and I'm just blending this eyeshadow into the crease, trying to marry the edges of the eyeshadow I applied earlier with the upper part of her eyelid. This is the crease, and I'm just blending that. This brush is soft, and I love that it is doing the work that it is intended to do. Now I'm just blending it out, blending the other eyes as well. Just blend and blend until it starts to look good to you. Make sure you blend and blend, blend. When you're done blending, you blend some more. Just keep blending. I noticed that the eyeshadow, the minty green eyeshadow I applied on the lid, wasn't as popping as the one on the other eyes. So I just took my fingers and I applied some more. Patted it in so that it looks natural. And then next, I'm just going to apply some shimmer, and I'm using the shade Emerald from the same eyeshadow palette. And I'm just going to pop that on the eyelid, right on top of the minty green eyeshadow that I used earlier, the matte eyeshadow. I'm just popping that on. Next, I'm going in with this orange shade, and I'm going to blend that into the crease with the same crease brush from Zoeva. Now I like the outcome of this. The yellow wasn't really popping before, but right now I think the yellow and the orange just does it for me. It does the work. Just blending that in, just blending that in. I keep blending. I blended, and I blended the other one, and I blended some more. Whatever I did, I just blend. I'm a blender. Just blend. Just blending that. Go on, just blend. Make sure you blend. Just blend. Go on, just blend. Yo, just blend. Make sure you blend. Whatever you do, just blend. Okay, I suck at wrapping. Next, I'm using this Blossom eyeshadow palette because I did not like how that shimmer appeared. So I'm just going to take that shade in Chromosphere, and I am going to take my fingers and pop some on the lid. That is more like it. Now that is shimmer. That is some shimmery shimmer. Go on, just apply that. Looks good, right? I mean, I think it looks good. It looks good to me, so it has to look good to you. This is nice. I'm just popping that on, applying that onto the lids, It looks very pretty right now. Look at this color combination. I feel like it's such a pretty color. Next, I'm going to be taking this. Even my muse agrees with me. Next, I'm using this Bobbi Brown flat brush, and I am just going to take this Zaron eye gel, the gel liner in Jazz 01, and I am just going to apply this on her lash line. I'm not doing a wing, I'm just applying it slightly on her lash line to just make that place appear darker than it is already looking right now. I'm doing the same for the other eyes. I'm just applying it on the lash line. Remember, like I said, we're not doing a wing. I'm just applying that. I'm just applying eyeliner on the eyes. I'm taking some more on the brush and applying it. Make sure that whatever you do not smear this eye gel liner so that it doesn't appear on the lower lash line. Make sure that it is just on top. Be careful with application as well, so that it is applied where you want it to be applied, because cleaning this off is a lot of work, you guys, trust me. So I'm being careful with that. Next, I'm using this Iman compact pressed powder in the shade Clay 2, and I am just going to use that to set her entire face. Just setting her entire face and dusting off this setting powder from Blossom that I used earlier. Just dusting that off. Just dusting that. Be careful when it gets to the under eye, because you can get powder in the person's eye or your eyes, depending on whose makeup you're doing. Just make sure that you're blending so it doesn't look ashy. Like I told you earlier, right, the setting powder I used has shimmer to it, so her face is actually appearing very, very shimmery right now. Very shimmery. But I kind of like it because it just adds a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of shine to your face. That's if you're not using too much. Make sure you don't use too much. Then I'm also using the same powder to just dust off the powder I used earlier to set the contour. This is my muse smiling. How beautiful she is. Next, I'm using this shade, the eyebrow shade from the same Fair Up Makeup powder palette I used earlier, and then this PP4 shade. I'm mixing the shades together. I'm just going to use that to set her contour one more time. Set the hollows of her cheek, setting her forehead, setting her jawline, just setting the entire places I contoured earlier with the powder. Just setting that, making sure that I'm applying powder but not too much, because she's light skinned and we don't want it to appear dark. We're trying to add depth, not darkness. I'm using her powder shade from the same powder palette, the Fair Up Makeup powder palette, and I'm just setting her under eye that I earlier highlighted with it, because I want it to look less whiter than it appears right now. It's starting to look good. Yes, just keep blending. It's looking good already. We're doing well. Keep blending. Keep blending. Do it for the other eyes as well. You can't do one and leave the other. Do it for two, because you're twins. It's the entire face. Just blend. Dust off that excesses. Just blend, 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 blend. For eyeshadow, I'm using this sorry, I said eyeshadow. I meant eyelashes. I'm using this eyeshadow, oh my god. Eyelashes from Chi Lashes. Chi_lashes. And for the glue, I'm using this Classic Makeup USA Super Hold Lash Glue. I'm just going to apply this lash glue right on her lash line. Just on her lash line. Some are getting in the lash hairs, but like, I mean, you just be careful with it. Although it's looking kind of whitish and blue at the same time, but when it dries black, so you don't have to worry about how it appears. Once you pop on the lashes, it dries. It looks really, really good. Now I'm popping on the lashes just on the parts where I applied the glue. Popping on those lashes. I'm going to do a tutorial on how I apply lashes. This is CK Mascara Calvin Klein. I doubt it's original. It looks pretty good. I'm just going to use that as mascara for her eyes to make sure that it doesn't appear light because of all of that foundation and concealer. I'm just going to apply and apply and apply. I love this lash glue, by the way. It is so strong. It has such a strong hold. Like, I just had to pop on those lashes just one time and it just stayed. It just dried matte. Look at the blue, it's starting to fade because it's beginning to dry black like I said it would. Mascaras make a whole lot of difference. So whatever you do, apply mascara to your lower lashes. It just helps. It helps make them appear fuller. It helps them appear thicker. It makes all the difference. But as you apply, be sure not to smear it on your skin work. Be sure not to get mascara in your eyes because it hurts and it's going to irritate your eyes and turn them red. So be really, really careful as you apply it. Take your time. Don't be in a rush. Doing mascara and your brows. In fact, I feel like the hardest part of makeup is the eyes. Next, I'm using the Colossal Kajal 12-hour extra black from Maybelline New York, and I'm going to use this to line her waterline. Lining the waterline just makes this eye look so beautiful. Make sure you line carefully to prevent tearing up. Line outside, not inside. Hold the eyes in place so that you do not end up getting the pen into the eyes. Make sure that you're careful with this whatever you do, and if you start to think that your client is about to tear up, you should stop for like a few seconds and then wait until it looks all good, and then you go in again. For nose contour, I'm using the shade right above this darkest shade on this Fair Up Makeup powder palette, and I'm just putting that by the sides of her nose in a V shape so that it shapens the nose, makes it defined but doesn't make it look unnatural. Make sure that you're not applying a dark color. Make sure that whatever color you're using for nose contour tallies with the color that you've used for regular contour, the one you used for your hollows of your cheek, and also the ones you used for your forehead. Make sure that it is the same color. Make sure that it is in sync. I'm doing it in a V shape, like I said, and I am just applying it lightly. I'm not packing on a lot of products. I'm making sure that it is blended to perfection. Make sure that it is blended properly. It's in the same shade that I used to set her entire face. I'm just going to use this to set the nose contour in motion. Make sure that you're not cleaning off the nose contour, but you're just setting it side by side. See how the shape of the nose is looking right now? That's what I was going for. So just set the nose contour in place. Make sure you dust off the powder excesses when you're done. Next, I'm highlighting the bridge of her nose with the same powder shade. I'm working it upwards into her temple just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not really applying so much. And then make sure you dust off the powder when you're done. For highlighter, I'm using the Glow Kit, the Sweet Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Marshmallow and Butterscotch. And I'm going to be applying that with a fan brush from Zoeva. This 142, it says it's a concealer buffer, but you guys, it's a fan brush. It's a mini fan brush. It's from the same brush set, Zoeva. I'm going to apply it to the points I highlighted, which includes her chin, the middle of her nose, a little bit on her temple, and also the highest points of her face above the hollows of her cheek. So that's just the parts I'm going to highlight, so that when the light hits it, so that when you go out, you'll be glistening, you'll be glittering, your skin will be beaming. I like the fact that I'm not taking a lot of products with this fan brush, and it's just making the face appear like a night ball at a prom night event, you know, but like it looks really good. See how I'm going on lightly with that? I don't want it to be too much. Blend it out, whatever you do, blend it out. The other side of the cheek as well, I'm doing that, so above the contour. You apply highlighter above your contour. Also, I am using this brush I used to blend the concealer before, and I'm just using that to blend the highlighter I applied on the bridge of the nose, because it's smaller and it gets to the points that I need it to get to. Also, I'm blending the highest points of her face with this same mini buffing brush from the Zoeva set. Just keep blending. Next, for lip liner, I'm using the Flawless Ivy Makeup Lip Liner in the shade FV08 Khaleesi. Yes, Khaleesi. And I'm going to use that to line the top part of her lips and also the Cupid's bow. Guys, just do this gently, honestly. Just calm down and do your lips, because it's one of those hard parts of makeup as well. You have to be precise with it, else it just looks rough and it ruins the entire makeup look. So the lip is one of those things that have to be precise, as well as the brows. So yeah, be careful with it. I've lined her Cupid's bow, and I'm lining the other part of her lip with this lip liner, and I'm just shading it. Yeah, my bonnet is getting in the picture. My bonnet is from Lynn's Vogue, guys, on IG. I'm going to put her page somewhere on the screen. Just keep lining the lip. Keep lining the lip. Line it carefully. Make sure that it is precise. I don't like to conceal the lip. I mean, I don't know how to. I'm still learning, basically. So I like to make sure that the lip liner I'm using gives it that precision, so I don't have to spend time trying to conceal and get that precision. Don't know if you get it. Whatever you do, precision for lips is key. Precision for brows is key. Precision for lips and precision for brows is key. Now I'm just shading from the points where I actually outline the lip into the lip, a little bit around the corners of the lip, and I'm just shading that. Just shading that, nothing much, just shading it. Next, for the center of the lip, I'm using this Ever Beauty matte lip gloss in the shade 265, my dearies, 265. Using this random flat brush, I don't know where I got it from. I honestly think the name has cleaned off. I'm just going to take some of that matte lipstick and I'm just going to place it in the center of her lips, for the bottom lip and also for the top. And as I'm putting it on the lips, I am blending out the corners of the lip liner with it. I don't know if you're seeing it, like the lip liner is still at the corners, but like I'm blending it into the lips. You get, like, so that shading doesn't look there like that. It's just, I'm just blending it in like just like a blender, just like Flash, just blending it very fast, just like, okay, I need to stop now. But I'm just blending it, just blend that in. Be sure you're blending that in. Blending that in. I'm applying more of the lipstick, and I'm just blending until it looks completely normal to me, until I like what I see. So keep blending. See, the lips is coming together now. Just keep blending. Apply lipstick, don't miss a spot. Apply lipstick, do not miss any part of the lips. Just keep on applying lipstick. I wanted this to be like a very kind of nude lip, but it's kind of peachy, so it's very nice. Next, I'm going in with this classic makeup USA gloss. It's glamorous, it's ultra shiny, and it's delicious. Yeah, that's what it says. And I'm just applying this all over the lips, starting from how I lined the lip. Apply it carefully so it doesn't leave the line of the lips that you've outlined. Like, make sure you're getting it in line. Be very careful with this. Lipstick application is just another different thing, like it's another job. Just make sure that you are doing it lightly. Make sure that you're calming down as you're doing it, because precision makes for better appearance of makeup. Precision is key. This lip gloss is thick, but it's not really thick. I mean, it's kind of light, it's kind of thick, but it just smells really good, you guys. And also it just looks really good. I like that it's not appearing too shiny, but it's shiny. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but either ways, I like how this look is already coming together. This whole thing just looks so beautiful. Like, look at my model, you guys. Oh my god. Yeah, show off those cheekbones, baby. Look at her jawline. How beautiful. Just look. Take a look at that nose. It's everything for me. It's the entire face for me. God, this eye color is just, I mean, it's blinding me. It's blinding me. This is literally the favorite part of this makeup for me. Like, the eyes are just my favorite part. The entire face, I don't know what to choose. It looks so good. I did that. And you can do it too. You can do it and tag me on Instagram. I'm using this Nia setting spray, and I'm just going to spray it all over her face just to set the makeup in place. This is the first time using this setting spray. I love how it smells. I'm placing my hands over her eyes so that the setting spray doesn't get on the eyeshadow. Pro tip, you guys, don't ever spray setting spray too close to your face. Stay further away, just a little bit away from your face. My muse have changed into an outfit for the day, and this is a highlighter, this is a glow oil. I'm just going to mix that together and apply it on her neck just to add some shimmer to this look, this entire look. This is a hack, you guys. If you do not have a glow mist like that, mist that has glow in it, like shimmer in it, you can mix any of your highlighters with baby oil or olive oil or any oil that is, you know, safe to apply on the skin, and then you just mix them together and just apply it on your neck. It adds, you know, glow to the body glow, aside your makeup. This is so beautiful, you guys. If you try it out and it works for you, let me know in the comment section below. So beautiful people, this is the finished look. Let me know what you loved most about this look in the comment section below. Do not forget to share this video. Also, please like this video. If this video taught you something or you felt like it was important to you and it blessed you in some way, do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this one. Until next time, Bellynda wishes that you stay healthy. Bye.